What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith. I can't say back with another video. This is probably the first video. If it ain't the first video, then back with another video. But um, really, today I just want to go over some of my trades I took this Friday. On my Top Step account, I took some on my Robinhood account. Took some on Weaver. I just want to go over the charts. Honestly, this video, I just want to go over the charts of Friday, what I was coming in thinking, and what trades I was looking towards on Friday, how I was thinking about it, what made me think that way, and just go over a quick review. It's really not, it may not be the best or the most interesting video. It may not be the most interesting video, but I kind of want to do this for myself also, just to start, I guess, journaling and going back on my trades, because honestly, we all need a journal, I believe, just because we make mistakes and we're going to continue to make the mistakes if we don't point them out and realize what we done wrong and what we should have done in certain situations, what to look for. So if you don't go back and review, I believe you just going to keep making the same mistakes. And I'm going to be honest, I'm how do you say it? I guess you could say I'm a testament to this. Shoot, I constantly make the same mistakes over and over and over, and it came to a point to now. It came to a point to now y'all see. Hey, I'm trying to start journaling too, man. I'm trying to journal too, because I do believe a lot of my mistakes is just, hey, I'll be in the moment and don't don't recognize the mistakes that I did previously, and I'll redo the same mistakes again. Versus, hey, learn from this situation, constantly study and watch your previous trades that went good, the ones and also the ones that went bad, and see what you did in them. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So this is day one on my trading journaling, I guess you could say, series, because I'm gonna at least try to start doing this weekly, like, or at least on Fridays. If I took trades throughout the week, or just for the or that Friday, if I want to just review that. But I want to at least do at least one journal day. But yeah, so let's get on these charts, man. Coming into Friday, I don't know if I want to go back on replay or I just show y'all what I was looking at. I'll probably go back on replay. Let me go on replay real quick. So go back one day, Friday. So coming into Friday, first let me get, this Ethereum. I traded this on my Trade Locker account. I got a Trade Locker account, a Robinhood account, a Webull account, Top Step account. So I trade all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I traded this on my Trade Locker. But I want to go first. I want to start off on SPY. Okay, with SPY coming into that Friday, let me go. Well, I'm on the daily now. So coming into that Friday, I'm gonna try to clean this up soon, cause I actually should I keep this. I'm gonna just keep everything that's on here and see how it's going. But even though it look a little messy, I'm gonna try to explain it throughout it. Let me see. Okay, so coming into this Friday, I went to the daily. No, I went to the weekly first, I believe. I think I was on the weekly. Yeah. Yeah, I was on the weekly. I think we had started in the pre-market. We was around 580 or so, something like that. So on Thursday morning, we were, I believe, somewhere. Thursday morning, we were, I say, pushing up. I think we were pushing up on Thursday. Let me just go to the daily. Yeah. Okay. So Thursday we had came down to 576. We end up pushing up, closing at 579. So the trade that I was looking for, give me 1 second, y'all. I got confused because I remember, I remember. I'm probably gonna have to edit this out because it might make it too long. But I remember the day before Friday, I was looking for SPY to come up to around 582, and um I was going to take some puts because I wanted to bet on it going down. I was thinking it was gonna come around 582, 583, and then I was looking for it to flush, yeah, right around here. This is where I was looking to get an entry to take puts around here, 582, 583. Come inside this little zone because we already was in a downtrend. We started a downtrend. We was in an uptrend. If you could see this right here, we was in an uptrend. We broke it. We had made a high, then we made a low, then we made a lower high, then we made another lower low. So I was looking for that next lower high to come in somewhere in between 582 and 583. So I was looking for that on Thursday. So Wednesday, once I seen this Wednesday week, I was looking for Thursday for it to push up into here. But it never came up in there. For some reason, Thursday was like almost just sideways, honestly. Like even though it showed this week, Thursdays almost just went sideways the whole time. Or majority of the day. So Thursday it didn't do what I was looking for it to do. Like it literally had this push. I want to say right before market closed. I think it was just sitting down here at like 78 or something like that the whole time. Like it opened up, came down, and I think it was just sitting here the most of the time of the day. And then the very end of Thursday, it started pushing up. But I was hoping it was gonna come down and push up, uh, like early throughout the day, so I can get in puts when it come up here. But it didn't do that. So since it didn't do that, I was like, well, it had to push a little bit, at the end for to start Friday, for Friday pre-market. So we come in on Friday and we before Friday come in, I was already looking at the chart. So I'm still expecting, I'm like, hey, well, we never touched this 82, 83. This is where I want to take puts. That's what I was looking for on Thursday. Let me see if we do it on Friday. So I still kept the same buys. I was still thinking puts unless we break past this green candle right here on the daily. Cause I was like, hey, we're looking like a downtrend. I'm gonna just follow the trend. So Friday coming in, that's my expectations. I'm still waiting on this to come and uh get filled or come into this range to take some puts. So okay, I know it's confusing with all this stuff. Okay, it's confusing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't have this on here, this fib, so I can take this out. I just put this on right after the market closed Friday because I was just trying to look and see something. But look, um, so when it didn't do that, when it didn't come into 82, 83, I started to second guess myself, and I was like, well, since it didn't do it on Thursday, and I was expecting it to come up there on Thursday, I lowered my entry. I was like, maybe it will only come to this right here, to the bottom of this green candle, and then come down. So I once I had seen that it didn't go in, for some reason I should just kept my same thought when I was on Thursday thinking, hey, as long as it come inside this range, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm not upset with myself. I'm not mad that I did do that. Cause anytime the reason why I made this zone box, I was like, well, anytime we close above the zone, we always feeling it. So uh I was wanting it to break out the zone, retest, or at least it can come in a little bit, but come and break back out. Um So if you, as you can see right here in the pre-market, I had, I mean, waking up Friday morning, I had already like pretty much made myself a short entry box so I can kind of know what I wanted to take. So I was looking to get in on Friday because I believe in the pre-market. Like I said, in the pre-market on Friday morning, I believe it was like around. It was like already around this range that I wanted to enter in it. Yeah, because you can see these trend lines. This is where I was drawing it because it was somewhere. It was somewhere in this area where I already wanted to get in it, but I was waiting on it to come back down because if it would have continued this upward trend, it would have went past my stop, and I was gonna say, "Oh well, let me look for a different trade." So my buys for Friday was just, I'm still expecting us to come down, but I was expecting us to go up first. Like I said, come up in this range with this green candle, and then come back down. Perfectly, it would have been perfect if it would just hit this zone and then came down, but I was like, it's fine if it come inside here. I just don't want to have no. I don't want to have it covering this whole green. Uh, but also you got to think, I was trading my Robinhood account, and it's not the biggest account. The one of my Robinhood accounts. So I'm gonna be honest. I was trying to flip a small account on Robinhood, and I was only trying to risk no more than like $100 that day or something like that. Yesterday, because today is Saturday. So, um, yeah. So I had seen that it was already somewhere right here, and I made a mistake. Let me go on the. I'll go to the 1 hour. What day is this? Thursday. Okay, so yeah. So you see how I was saying Thursday, we pretty much was just going sideways. Then at the end, we start pushing back up. So that's where it tricked me. Cause if you look at Wednesday, we was moving up, moving up, moving up, and we had touched this trend line. And this would make me like, hey, well, before we even touched the trend, but I seen we came up. I drew the trend line. And I was like, okay, well, Wednesday we should come up here between this 180. I don't know why I got all these things on. I think I did this like at the end of the when the market had closed. Cause I was just trying to look at stuff at the end of the day, like at the end of Friday. Cause I was upset about my trade a little bit. But yeah. So I had this trend line made after Thursday. I mean after Wednesday. So I was like, hey, that's what I showed y'all previously on the daily. That trend line also justifies it going into this 80, 82, 81 around there in that range. So we go back to the 1 hour. I was expecting it, but we end up breaking at the open of Wednesday, and it starts stalling. You see that it just pretty much went sideways until the very end. We start pushing back up, but so that's why it kind of like messed up my initial plan, which I should have not. I ain't gonna say I shouldn't have not, because I still came in Friday with the exact same plan. I was like, well, it didn't do it Wednesday, it just went south. But I still think we should go up there. So I'm, like I said, I'm not upset with myself with my thought. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't break no new lows again or nothing like that. We just went sideways. So my same bias was the same thing. So, oh no, I don't want to move stuff around. Let me see. Let me put a lock on them. No lock. Okay. So, so this is Thursday afternoon. So, like I said, let me go into the pre-market for Friday. So we already know I'm looking for SPY to come up in this range between. I really was just looking for it to give me any entry between this. I want to say 82, like around 82.75, and between eight. I mean 582.75 and 580. Yeah, the 581. So anywhere in here, I was looking for some entries, but I really wanted my entry to be like to come tap this and come back down like I did right here. But um, as me looking at it now, it kind of looks like, hey, we were making a downtrend, of course, but we had a strong push up, slight pullback, then we pushed up a little bit, drop. Now to me, it kind of look like it may come to this line first, drop, go under here, then drop like this. So this kind of what I'm seeing now. But in the moment, I was so, you know, I gotta stop doing that being a new trader. I still get that, like, I don't know if y'all get it or not, but I get like excited and I get excited and I kind of get a little hectic. Like I don't know, I don't keep that calm and poised. Like when the pre-market come in and stuff, I kind of just be like, man, let me hurry up, find this, hurry up. And I put that pressure on myself where you shouldn't do that, man. You should keep a calm head, see what the market giving you, follow the market. Because a lot of times I like to always try to get them reversals where, hey, follow the market until it shows you it give you confirmation of breaking a trend or confirmation of, reversal. And a lot of times I be trying to get the perfect entry, like, oh, this might be exactly where it reverse, and the market come down a little bit and keep continuing that direction, and I end up getting stopped out instead of, hey, let it confirm that it want to reverse. Right now, follow whatever the major trend is, and let it confirm to you that it want to reverse. So, but yeah, me looking at it now, I see we had a strong push up, we had a nice pullback, a small push forward, up again. We pulled back. Right now, we sitting at a low, high, higher low, possibly high low if we make a higher high. So, boom, we came up. This could be a possibly lower high if we go below this low. Boom, we pull back, and me seeing, hey, well, maybe because I got this trend line now, I can see it. Maybe if I didn't have the trend line, I wouldn't seen it. But once I started making this trend line or seeing it breaking this high right here, you kind of can see, hey, boom, push up, make another high, and then break the trend line if it pushes back out. Once it breaks the trend line, watch it hit the zone, then drop to TP. Um, that's kind of what I can see now, but that's in hindsight. That's in hindsight. So let's see how it works out right now, though. Delete. Okay, here we go. So pre-market came. This is what we're looking for on SPY. So let's go. Imagine these lines not here yet, because the only line I had was this white line and this pinkish looking line, and this red, these levels. So here we go. Um, like we said, Friday. I know I'm gonna keep going in circle. Y'all bear with me. This is my first journal, my first journal type video, so it's probably gonna be long, and y'all bear with me if I make mistakes. But like I said, we're making a downtrend. We had our high, low, lower high, lower low. So now we're trying to see if we can make our next lower high again. So we're sitting right here. We're trying to see if we can make another lower high. Um, yeah. So I was looking for us to push up, come in here. As long as we don't beat out this counter right here. That was my main thing. As long as we don't beat this counter out, we should be good. This green candle right here, that's the one I'm talking about. This is our lower high. You see I got the line, man. As long as we don't beat that out, we're good. And then this was our low that I'm looking to beat. not right. I wasn't looking to beat it on Friday, but for next week or so, we should beat this out and come down. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But that's what I was looking for. This was the entry I was looking for on Friday. Take some puts when it come up here. So here we go. We go back to the 1 hour. Let's see the pre-market start working. Okay. Boom. What time is this? Because I didn't look at it until around 5. Okay, yeah, I started looking right here. Yeah, around 5. That's what time it is right now, what I'm doing this video, 5. But yeah. So this is when I drew this trend line right here, I believe. Let me see. It was either 5 or 6 when I drew this. Yeah, about 5 or 6 when I drew this. It's not the best angled up. I think I drew it on a 15 minute. But yeah. So let's go to 15 just to see. Yeah, I drew it on a 15 minute. So I seen this trend line. That's why another thing I'm learning, man. Always don't get stuck on these smaller time frames. Always go back on the higher time frame. Cause just like how I just showed y'all when I said, hey, I can see it beating out this high based off of this small pullback and it's touching this line. If I would have seen this right here, I should have said, hey, go back to the higher time frame. Yes, I see it breaking this. And like I said, coming up towards this white line and then possibly pushing back out and then retest. And then that's when you get your entry off of this level. But I was sitting on 15 minute and 5 minute and I was getting so stuck on, oh, it's touching this trend line right here. You get what I'm saying? And me looking at the higher time frame, like the 1 hour and stuff, I'm seeing all these green candles. You wait until you see your first red candle before you take it. You know what I'm saying? Like wait until you see a red candle confirmation to take it. And preferably on the higher time frame because any greens inside here, we at least going up to this white line if y'all can see. Any greens inside this zone, we going up to that white line. At least. Now, if it breaks past this white line, we get a green past this white line. You see that? We gonna either stagger between these two lines. You see that? Or if we close above, we'll push up above it. So on the higher time frame, when I first seen this 6 a.m. one, I thought, oh, it's gonna reject right here at first because I was on the 15 minute and I seen this zone. But on the 1 hour, hey, you gotta recognize it's still a green candle. So it can continue going up. You know what I'm saying? It can continue going up. You don't have any red, you don't have any doji. So I once I seen this hard push right here at 7, at 7, I was like, well, it's probably just gonna reject off of this line right here. And that's when I'll take a entry. Even though that was supposed to be my stop loss. I was like, it probably reject off of here. Or I was really looking for it to break this trend line right here. And if y'all can see, I had drew like smaller trend lines because I started going on the 5 minute, trying to anticipate this big white one, this white line. I'm gonna change it to yellow. I was trying to anticipate when it was gonna break this yellow line. So go back to the 15. So here we are, 7 in the morning. Almost time for the market to open. We're moving up. We're moving up. Moving up. Remember, this line was white, but I just changed it to yellow. This was the line that I had big made. So moving up, everything's going good. I was like, I'm gonna tell y'all now, I was so excited for this trick. I was like, man, everything looking good. Like this was the move I was looking for on Friday. I mean on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And I was like, everything's looking good. But like I said, because we had that sideways move on Wednesday, I was expecting us to. That's why I had this right here. I was expecting us to come up here because I thought on Wednesday or Thursday That sideways movement, I figured it slowed the momentum down of trying to go high. You get what I'm saying? Like go extremely high. Because when we rejected right here on when we rejected this trend line right here, this hard rejection, when we started going sideways, I was like, oh, it's killing the momentum to push higher. Like we would have just pushed straight up. You get what I'm saying? That's when I said it could have came to 82, 83 if we would have just kept going up. But since it went sideways, 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 I was like, hey, it's killing the momentum to push past the zone. Since it didn't push through on that Thursday, it killed the momentum. So that's why I had my entry right here. Cause I was like, well, it killed the momentum. We might only go here to 81 and then drop instead of going to where I was looking between this 82, 83 at first. So I it kind of it kind of faked out my entry a little bit. It kind of tricked my entry a little bit by it stalling some. I still should have had. Of course, I agree with this. I 100% agree and stand by this. Like take it off of this zone, like a reject off the zone. But I also could have been open minded that hey, you originally was looking for it to come in here. You get what I'm saying? So still had that thought like, hey, it could come up in here still and then give us a rejection. But I just kind of was. It's hard to explain, man. You see the you see how the cameras move, and you be like, hey, yeah, it killed the momentum to push higher and stuff like that. So I was looking for it to stop, literally stop right on that zone. But here we go. We inside the zone, so clearly stopping on the zone wasn't it yet. So we're in the zone. Uh, it's 7:45. I see this trend line right here. On my Top Step account, I actually took this trade, which I hate that I did right away. I took it right here. I took it right here off the trend because I was like, okay, that's fine. Because this trend line I had, I think this was like a 1 hour or 4 hour trend line. This pinkish one. So I took taking it short right here, and I was trying to take it back to this yellow line. I believe it came down and to this white line. But when it came down, I did move my stop. So I ended up winning. Like I ended up winning on this first trade. I took some micros, yeah. So I won the first trade because it came down and I moved my stop down. But I was aiming for this white line. I was hoping, well, yep. See that's what I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be hoping. I should be, you know, almost sure that things gonna go a certain way. But um, I took some shorts right here off of this line on some micros. I moved my stop like when it got like past this halfway mark. I said move my stop up. Um, and I was shooting for like I believe this is red somewhere around here. And I was shooting for it to get down there, but I wasn't going to like have my TP there. Like if I seen it coming down to this red, I was gonna move my TP because I was like I told you I was originally thinking, hey, we finna come all the way. I was thinking we gonna come all the way down here. I was like, we gonna come all the way down here, clear all this at 76, all that. But I was like, we may not do it all on Friday, so I was like, hey, we might just stop at 78 first. Um, and the reason why I said I did this on my top step, it was trading ES. ES and SPY pretty much are the same thing. They are the same thing, except ES just continue on. So that's why I look at SPY and I look at ES. So I base some of my trades for SPY off of my ES chart. I base some of my ES trades off of my SPY chart. Like, cause they the same thing. Um, yeah, so I took some shorts, moved my stop down some, ended up getting stopped out, but it was in profit. My stop loss was in profit. So I won the first trade. I was feeling good. I was like, well, maybe it just keep going up. It might come up to this white line. Okay. So now this will happen. So we go another 15 minutes. It's 8 o'clock. We touch my white line. I get a red candle. What do I think? This is our time to break this little mini trend line and potentially break this yellow line. I got excited off of this first red, and I took some shorts on my top set because you can't trade the stocks yet, not until 8:30. And I took some shorts because I'm believing and hoping that it's gonna break both these trend lines. Not which I'm not too mad, but when you look at it, we steadily moving up, right? For a for especially for a break of this line, which was here, this was an hourly trend line. You kind of either need put the lock on because I don't want. You kind of either need a strong push up to give it the momentum to come down hard to break this hourly, or you need a bunch of sideways movements. You get what I'm saying? To build up some strength. If you get what I'm saying, to break a hourly. So you need sideways, 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 then drop. Or you need push up somewhere in this area, then drop. You get what I'm saying? Like you need one of the two. Cause for the hourly counters, it's not the 5 minute trend lines. You can break a 5 minute trend line off of one counter, no no crazy momentum. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's a lot easier to break the smaller time frame trend lines. So me looking at this like, hey, this is a nice, steady, strong uptrend. It's just steadily moving. And it kinda me looking at it now, it kinda like unless we get like a spike, another spike, like we had this spike, right? Unless we get like another spike right here and then just push hard, that's the only way we truly break this trend line. But in that moment, I wasn't looking at that. I was like, we got a red candle. We touched this white line. Take some shorts. I believe we're going to break this trend line. So I took some shorts, and I kind of took it early because when this came up, I should have waited on it to give me. That was a high, right? This would be potentially low, or it can keep coming down some. But if it push up, once I seen this first high, I should have just waited for a low to get set and take it off of that second lower high. But I already had just jumped in when it got up here. So boom, here we go. Oh, dang, it moved kind of fast. Okay, as y'all can see, I got absolutely wrecked. But let's go to the 5 minute. So when I seen that, I think I actually took it off of 5 minutes. Yeah, I think I took it off of this right here, this red candle. So I seen it come up, come up, come up, but I was waiting on a red candle. And that's what I tell y'all. When I'm sitting on these smaller time frames, that's where I make my mistakes. I'm telling you, I trade I trade good. My best trades that I do are the trades that I take off of the 1 hour, mostly the 4 hour. I trade real good off the 4 hour and the daily. But the 1 hour is I want to say the 1 hour is my sweet spot. That's kind of is where most of my best trades be at. The only thing I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of a lazy trader because the reason why I try not to take my trades on my 1 hour is because I hate I hate charting up all the time because I delete my lines like it's not nothing, y'all. And it may not be a problem to delete your lines and want to make your charts clean and stuff, but I delete them so much and I get in my head so much. Like I would look at a level and be like, "Well, is this the true level? This, and that." And I'll be in my head so much, and it just be so draining. You get what I'm saying? It be so draining. So, which I don't get how I think it's because, like I told y'all, I'll be on these smaller time frames. Y'all see how many lines I got just drawing up, and this is 15 minutes and 5 minute trend lines and stuff. That same energy that I'm putting on these small time frames, 5 minutes and stuff, Instead of wasting that energy on that, just do it on the 1 hour. If you know you trade better on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, just do it on those. You don't even have to put as many lines on it. You get what I'm saying? When you trading off of them bigger time frames. But I'm impatient and a bit of lazy as of a trader. So I'm impatient because I want the money so fast. You get what I'm saying? I'm looking for that profit instantly. Like that's why I'm trying to get the best entry because I want to be able to just keep flipping. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I flipped $100 to $1,000 in 1 week 3 times before, and I guess I got that same expectation when it comes to my big accounts and stuff. I'll be like, well, if I'm sitting here trading 10,000, I should be able to turn it to 20, 30,000 in a week, and that's what messing me up. Like I keep having that expectation, and I'm getting impatient instead of just hey, get on them higher time frames. Yes, you may not be able to get an entry every 5, 10 minutes, but you're more secure and you're better at trading off the higher time frame. That for like just the type of trader I am, I'm just better at trading on a higher time frame than the smaller time frame. And that's probably because I can see things a lot clearer. As y'all can see, when I was just going at the beginning, like I was like, man, I see this on this higher time frame. I can see it pushing up like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad. See, this is why we do this journal stuff right here. I'm learning a lot more. I'm not. I knew this about myself, but me speaking it is really like opening my eyes. Like, hey, you trade a lot better on the higher time frame. Chart up your higher time frames. Of course, you still gonna look at the smaller time frames, but your your trade shouldn't be based off the smaller time frames. Based off the higher time frame, that's what you trade based on. And right here at this moment, when I was taking all these entries, like when I told you I got in here, moved my stop and stuff like that, um, no, or when I got in here and moved my stop, that first ES trade, I was trading it off of the 15 and the 5. I wasn't even looking at my hourly. And yes, I won that trade right here, but at the same time, I I wasn't looking at the overall big picture because I was on that smaller time frame. You get what I'm saying? And I know, like I just told y'all, I'm better at trading the higher time frame. So once I won this, I stayed on that small time frame chart and was just riding it until it got up here. And I never went back to my hourly or 4 hour charts at all. Like once I won this trade right here, I just stayed on the 5 or 15 minute. I think it was the 5 once I won this trade. And I never went back. I honestly say I never went back and looked at it because I was just so in the moment. So once I seen this red, I took it short. And I was like, okay, well, we gonna break this. I don't know why I thought we was just gonna break instantly off of just we had 3 greens. We had 3 green candles, even though this one like a doji. We had 3 greens. We was in an uptrend. You really think one red candle with that don't engulf neither, like you know what I'm saying, didn't engulf none of these. One red candle, you thinking we just gonna drop straight through a 1 hour trend line off this 1 5 minute red candle without having any type of pullback. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. If we do got this red, right? Boom, get that red. Don't take it off this red since it didn't go. If this red would have been big, like it closed right here, then yeah, it might just. Or actually, if it was real big and it closed out of here, then yeah, just take it because it might just keep flushing. Because that's a huge, you know what I'm saying, swing right there. But hold up, I think the chart loaded. Give me 1 second. I don't know what just happened right there. But if I see this 5 minute candle, it didn't even engulf the last 3. It didn't break no trend other than this 5 minute trend, which I don't respect at all. But it didn't break the hourly trend. Hey, expect at least a little bit of pullback back to this trend line, and then maybe that next candle will be that hard flush. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. As I go back now looking at it, it's like, man, you was taking some crazy trades, man. But you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. Here we go. So I took an entry off of this candle right here on ES. And what happened? Boom. We came down, like I said. But what happened? We did not break it. Because I told you, you're not finna break a 1 hour trend line with a weak 5 minute candle that don't engulf none of these candles, the last three. And it's not a major push out no zone or nothing. And the thing I made a mistake doing was not putting a stop loss when I got in on this trade. I didn't put a stop loss on it and end up getting, as y'all can see, just murdered. Oh, I mean, I don't know if YouTube let me use that word. I might have to edit it out. But I just got ripped, man, like crazy push up. All right off this 1 hour trend line. And once I had seen it, I was like, oh, well, it ended up coming. This red line is a daily trend line. I said, well, it ended up coming to the daily trend line is at 82. I was like, maybe I should just get in my puts. Cause I think this when the market opened up. Yeah, when the market opened up on SPY. So once it did it, I'm not, like I said, I get a little hectic and excited when the market opened up. So I believe is here when I had took shorts. I believe I took my shorts right here. I believe. Let me see. I think yeah. I didn't even look at that. Like I just end up just taking the shorts right here at 82. So I had took shorts and I held them. I held them, but if you ever trade options, and this was in my option on SPY, if you ever trade options, you start learning when the market first open up. Sometimes the contracts be overpriced. If you get what I'm saying, it be overpriced, and you may be paying a little bit more than you should if you purchasing within that first 15 minutes or something like that. And that's what happened to me. I ended up buying the contract, which I think I bought 579 call puts or something like that. Yeah, I think I bought 579 puts. And they was a little too expensive. Like they was like $100 on it's a zero DTE. It was like 100 and some dollars, right? But I was like, well, if it comes to 79, that's easy 300. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I ended up getting in on it. Uh, no, it wasn't 100. It was like $80, I think. It was something around there. It's just too. It was way more than it should be to be $2-3 out there. Out of the range. But I also couldn't be upset because I bought it right at the open. So I got in it, got in my trade. Next, what we do? Move up. This was not what I was looking for when I got in my trade, but I was like, it's fine because on my daily, let me go back to the daily. On my daily, my original plan was for it to come into this area, but not break above this lower high because we I really didn't want it to break above this. Oh, that's why I had the others on. I didn't want it to break above here. This is where I didn't want it to break above. And because I was like, if it break above, we're potentially finna make a new, high. And if we were in a downtrend, we're not supposed to make a new high. We're supposed to keep that same low high. So when it did that to me and pushed up, I was like, okay, we're still good. So that's why I did end up drawing this while I was in my trade. This is the zone. So I was like, as long as we don't break out this zone, I should be good. And what I do, I held the trade. So we held the trade. Boom. It's coming up. It's coming up pretty strong, right? Right now I'm down. Like I'm down probably about $40, $50 or something like that. And I told y'all I didn't want to lose no more than 100 for the day. So I'm down like $40, $50 at this point. I kind of was upset about the situation 'cause I was like, man, why did it just straight break through? You know what I'm saying? My levels. But I was like also not too mad because I was like, well, it could reject right here because my thought for Wednesday or my thought for Thursday was for it to get like I told y'all between that 82 to 83, the 82, 83 area. So I wasn't too upset. Um, so I stayed in it. Boom. What we do? Continue. Hold up. Continue to go on up. We haven't seen any red candles at this point. With me, when I first had got in initially, yes, this is a rejection, but I didn't wait on the confirmation. You get what I'm saying? We had a rejection off of this daily trend line, but I didn't have any red candles saying, "Hey, we're coming down." And that's my thing. When I trade, I like to look for when I'm at a calm state, like I'm not all hectic and stuff. I like to look for that confirmation candle. We had this rejection. If we truly rejecting here, we should have a red candle coming next. We came up, rejected again. Okay, we had two rejections. We should have a red candle coming if we're coming down. And we never had that red candle, but I got in off a green candle. And that's when I told y'all I be trying to perfectly time things where it's okay if you're one candle or two candle out the way. Make sure you get that confirmation. So when I got here and got in, I shouldn't have got in. I should have waited. Cause one, the new that new entry that I had is not even at that level. You know what I'm saying? It's not even at that level. It's way past it. My initial entry, which was this was my initial entry before Wednesday. I mean, before Thursday had came off of Wednesday. This was supposed to be my entry right here. I had deleted it on Friday. I deleted it on Friday because I was trying, like I told y'all that when it went sideways, it had threw me off. But this was posted. Like, don't look at Thursday. Before Thursday came, and we just had Wednesday with this wick, this big one with the wick. My entry was supposed to be somewhere in here. So boom, somewhere in here, and don't beat out that high. So it's supposed to be like literally don't go past that high at all, that lower high we just had. If we want to continue the downtrend. And then my exit was supposed to be like somewhere down here, but like I said, if you trade options, you know it's not finna. Unless we got some crazy news and we didn't have no news on Friday, we ain't finna just drop that hard. But I think my entry was supposed to be like I want to say 50% of this candle and just take it down to the next zone. So which was 78. So this was supposed to be my original entry right here. Pretty much a 2-to-1 risk to reward. And like I said, once Wednesday showed me what it was doing, I had deleted this, and that's why I had this only. But like I said, I wish I would have kept my initial thought. That's why looking at them higher time frames is key for me. Because if I would have stayed with my higher time frame thought and looked, yes, I could have had this. Once I seen the pre-market broke past this, I could have kept this here and just let this been like boom. If it come back down and retest me, and I could take it. But I could have kept this here, but I should have went back to my daily and looked at my chart and said, well, You was initially looking for this counter to be our last, standing hope and chance. Because if it break this, we're not in a downtrend. So look for some entries within this range to go short. But I didn't. Like I said, I got on that 5 minute and got stuck and held on it. And I shouldn't even had took it off of this green candle. I should have waited on at least a red candle to make a low. And then show me the green candle that didn't beat out this candle right here to make a lower high. But you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. So we in the trade right now. We're down like $50. I got out soon as it I believe I got out right here. I want to say I got out soon it broke this. Like once I got a close above, I think I got out. So boom. Once that happened, I got out. End up losing, I want to say $50, $60. And I got out. As y'all can see, but I'm gonna say this: when I got out, I didn't even look at. I looked at the chart and seen this green candle, right? But I was on my phone, I believe. Yeah, I was on my phone when I got out. For some reason I didn't see this level I had. I don't know how I didn't see this lower high level right here. For some reason, once I seen this, and I'm already down 60, I should have just said, man, you might well go all the way till it break this, until it break that lower high, man. For some reason, I did it. I just closed it because I was so emotional, man. I was just like, man, it sucked. I took a loss. I was upset because my plan was not for it to even come up this high. You get what I'm saying for today. So I was like, man, we having too much momentum pushing up. I'm just going to close it. And I closed it. And look what happened next, y'all. Right after I closed it, which I told y'all I should never got in if I didn't even see a red candle come. So boom, we go up. What happened? Red. Then we flip. Our first red. Here we go. Our first red candle. I already had got out though, but we got our first red candle all the way up here. So now should be our first low. So we got a high, our first low. We in a strong upward movement. So if we want to continue this uptrend, we need to make another high. So boom, we waiting. This could have been a buy entry. Right here though. So boom. What happened? We made the high. Once we made this high, I think we only just went straight down after that. I think we didn't even beat out. We didn't even beat it out. We didn't even touch it. I don't think. Let me see. Cause I did after this. I didn't even look at the chart, so I can't even tell y'all what's going on next. I didn't look at the chart for like another hour or two. Um. So I already had got out right here, up here. I think it was like right here. I got out, close to the top. uh. Like I told y'all, this could have been another buy entry because hey, we're in the uptrend, red candle. We got our first green, so now we should be trying to beat out this high. That could have been just from right here. This could have been a couple moves just off of ES. Let me see. ES, how much that would have been? Let's see. Just this move right here. We could have took this off of ES. Boom. Cool $200. Stop loss. We don't want it below. Usually what I do it below that previous green counterput level, whatever you want to call it. So boom. Easy 200, just like that. But yeah, like I said, that could have been a buy entry right there. Now, once that happened, and then look, it also gave me another range to play with. But once that happened, I think the market just can't start coming down after that. So boom. Yeah, red candle came through. So what after this red candle, what we should be expecting if the uptrend should keep going? We had a high, low, higher, high. This should been our high and low right here. Right here. This should be our high low because if it come below this right here, if it comes below here, it's not an uptrend anymore. Um so boom. We had that low. This should be our high. Our high low should be anywhere between all of this area right here. But the way I look at it, I always look at it. I never want whatever my low. I never wanted to close within the previous red or green counter, which way I'm looking at it. So like, um, I ain't gonna explain all that. It's kind of a lot to explain, but the way I look at it, this should have been our low right here. um, so boom. To continue if we want to continue the uptrend. So now, boom, we dang had the red candle. We're close to my lower high. If we beat out this lower high, all bets are off. It's already broke the lower high from the previous. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in the uptrend. So this really should have been. This really honestly should have been my entry because we're so. But like I said, I didn't expect. So I can't be mad. I didn't expect. I should have had when I first got out of this one. I probably should have got out because I'm like, shoot, you already down bad. But I'm trying to preserve my losses, man. But you down bad. But look how close it is to your key level. You might as well take that. Take that loss. You had just had a bad entry, man. Take that loss because it's so close to your key level, man. Um, but I got out. Like I said, I got out. What happened next? Boom. Another red. So looking at this, like I said, I wasn't even on the chart. So meeting right now, I'm giving y'all my real life what I'm looking at. So looking at this, hey, we just had a low. I mean a high, a low, another high, another low, but we didn't break past to make another high. So this is potentially on the next candle we did. So this potentially can be a new lower high. So boom, let's put a line here. This could potentially be a new lower high if it don't beat it out. Only way that can be a new lower high is it can't come up past that, and it has to break past with high, low, and high. It got to break past this bottom of this red in order for this to be the next lower high. So boom, let's watch and see. Boom. Now we got that confirmation. This is our new lower high right now. So boom, we got a new low out. We need to close below this zone right here. We need to close below this zone to almost secure it to come down to this zone. But y'all see, we had our first red. Well, we had our first red right here after the open. Once I seen this accumulation of red, I should go to a higher time frame, see if we got a red candle to give me confirmation. Hey, we got red coming in. So boom, 15 minutes. And that's why I tell y'all I hate that I wasn't looking at my higher time frame. What do we see right here? Green off the first 15. You should not get in. Green off the next 15. We do not see red. You should not get in. Green off the first 15. Like it's been all green, and I got in all the way back here. Like wait on that confirmation, man. Especially on them higher time frames. All those greens, and you tell me you was looking for shorts? No rejection, no big wicks, nothing. Even on the 1 hour, let's see what the 1 hour is looking like. At first hour, big green. But you can see this, we had a nice big wick right here. So that's good. That was good right there. But I was like I said, I was stuck on the 5 minutes, man. But even on the 5 minute, wait till you get a red candle. You see this? We had all greens. Wait till you get a red candle before you get an entry. Even if I would have just got in right here, that would have been a way better entry than getting in down here. Even if I would have got in off the first red candle and just moved my stop loss up here past this, like say if I would have got in right here, y'all. Got in off this first red. What happened? Ain't that still? Think of it. Say if I would have just got in off this first red, put my stop loss a little bit past that lower high. Even though I don't even that lower high, I don't even want it to break that, so I put it that tight. And literally took my what I was thinking it's supposed to go to 78. Where's 78 at? 78. I think I was looking for the zone, but I just put this orange line. That's a 6-to-1 ratio. Even if I would have spent that 100, like I said, the most I would have lost was probably $20 to $30 just for waiting on this first red candle. So we gonna keep this here just to see if this would have played out. So even if I would just took it off this first red candle, even though hey, that's not 100% confirmation. Yeah, you got a red candle, but just one red candle not confirmation until we have something like this where we make a high. I mean a lower high, and we confirm that it's a lower high because we make another lower low. So this is more of the better entry right here, especially if we push down and we continue to make another lower high. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. We gonna sit here and play this out. So we got our first lower high, and our first new low. We're gonna press play. See what's going next. So boom, we got another lower high and another lower low. So now it's almost guaranteed this is a downtrend right now. Until we finally break these highs, this is a downtrend. And like I said, we finally got our break um outside the zone. So we either gonna probably retest the zone and then come down, or come back in the zone and move sideways. Or if we push back past the zone, we can break past, retest, and then continue up. So boom. What happened? We retested. We retested that zone and pushed down here. Like I said, we broke out of it. Retest. Like this one right here. This thing, what's called, getting on my dang nerves. All these words. Let's just drag this over. We know where we were saying get in at. I think it was right here. So yeah, right there. But yeah. So like I said, we already had made our new lower highs and lower lows. So boom, that's the lower high. This the new lower low again. This can potentially be the new lower high right here if we just keep going down. But right now, that's our lower high. So if I would have got in up here where I had recognized that change of character structure, whatever you want to call it, I've been already in profit right now. And even if like I said, even if we had got this entry right here off the first, even though this wasn't no true confirmation, we'd be in profit right now. You see that? But and our stop loss would have been barely above here because it got extremely close. Either got extremely close or it did barely tap it. Because sometimes these charts don't show it exactly. So it like barely tapped it. Never broke past it. So we still got that same high. This low high still valid. Even though more times than not, y'all, you will never see. I ain't gonna say never, but more times than not, you're not gonna see when you make a lower high. I mean, when you make a new low high like this, you're not more times than not, you're not going to see it come back exactly to that. Where this was never, it was at 584.50. It was 584.46. Literally 4 cents away. 4 cents away from breaking a lower high. Like honestly, they tricked us on Friday or tricked me. I'm gonna say that because more times than not, you're not going to see a lower high come in, and that next lower high you have only being 4 cents away from. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely rare. Cause look at right here, y'all. Like, okay, this was our high. Boom, we got our first low right here, right? And this was our next higher low or lower high. I mean, this next lower high is like right here. Like, you see that? It's not almost exactly the same height. Same for here. Let's see. Let's find another downtrend. It's rare to have almost the exact same lower high. So we had a high. Let's see. Well, we can't do that right there because I can't even see what the dang's on. Okay, right here. Got our low, our high. Our lower high is right here. It's not exactly. You get what I'm saying? It's like it should be some separation. You get what I'm saying? Boom, low. This our lower high. Look at that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that separation. It's rare to be like how it is over here. It's rare that it's gonna be almost the exact same level, literally 4 cents away. So that's why I had got out. Cause I was like, it shouldn't even be this high up. That's why I got out up there. But I should just stuck to it and trusted it. Like, hey, it gotta beat it out. It gotta beat it out. Pause. But yeah. So here we go. We in it. We in this trade. Really, once I got in here, or if I would have got in here, I wouldn't even have touched the trade. Just let that mug do what it's gonna do. I probably would got out if it rejected off this yellow line and then break straight through. Um, but once it got in this zone, oh, my stop loss is like once it closed inside the zone, we're moving that stop loss. We're moving that. So say we had got it in right here. Once it closed in this zone, my stop loss would have been here. My stop loss would have been outside of that zone. So it probably would have been like a little bit out. It probably would have been like this candle right here. That would have been my stop loss. So basically break a little bit past break even would have been my stop loss. Once we get a close in here. But let's go back. Let's go back. Which I gotta stop doing it because I notice I miss out on so much of my gains that I'll be moving my stop loss instead of sticking with my initial plan. Because what I just told y'all, my initial plan was for it to get to 78. So why are you moving the stop loss? You know what I'm saying? Let it run until you getting towards the end or you see it stalling out or you know what I'm saying? Let it run. But I'm gonna get better at it, y'all. I promise I will. But here we go. Let's just let this continue to play out. So we had our lower. We got to beat this out to keep that lower high. But this is our lower high right here, right now. Until we beat this out, then this can be our lower high. Until we beat this, so we just beat it out. So now this is our lower high right here. So boom, we going down, going down. Okay, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Y'all, as y'all can see, it just started flushing crazy. It started flushing crazy, and what I told y'all. I either was gonna get out if it reject hard off of this, if it don't break through. And what happened? It rejected slightly, but it broke straight through. So I could have still stayed in. Um, and what I did, I told you also, once we got a close inside here, my stop loss would have been this body right here, which would have been break even. We got the close in there, we never came back up there. But and this is around the time when I finally looked at it, cause I had some alerts set. I had deleted the lines, but I had alerts set. I think like at somewhere around here, I had some alerts set. So I know it was like 11 o'clock when I looked at it, and I took screenshots also. I don't know if I'm including them in this video, but I took screenshots, sent it to some people in my group because I was like, man, look at this thing trade I was in, and I didn't freaking hold it. But here we go. It broke through. Oh, excuse me. It broke through the trend line, retested, tried to see if it can go back in, and it failed to go in. So now we're looking for another low to come through. So it's going sideways, going sideways, going sideways. We getting a push. We made a new high. But we still wait on this low to get broken through. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And right now, this would have been a perfect trade. Imagine if this was on ES though. Like you would have made some bread. So boom. Okay, this is what I wanted to explain to y'all. So this one, I think my alerts came back off again around here. This what I wanted to show y'all. So even just say we didn't even get in up here. Say we didn't get in up here. Remember with this entry I had y'all right here? Even if we would have just been patient and waited on this entry to come back, the break and retest of this. Watch this. So we broke out of it. It came straight to TP. You see that? Even if we would have got these entries right here, when it came back down to it, we would have had hit TP. And I think the rest of the day it flushed and came back up. So I think this was the lowest point of the day, I think, or a little bit past it. Cause like I said, I didn't even look at it no more. After I seen it went to my TP, I was just sick. I was like, oh my goodness. But you see how we got the break? We coming back up. I believe this is gonna be when we come back. Come back, come back to retest this again, I think. You know, I'm not too sure. 'Cause like I said, I didn't even pay attention to it. No, it never came back up there. But man, of course this was supposed to be my entry. After the first red candle, start looking for some entries. This was supposed to be mine. That's a 6 or it say 7-1, but it was 6 at first. I think I had moved this a little bit. But it was 6-1 ratio. Even if we would have took our entries off of this right here. I don't know what this was. A 3-1. Like, and all this was just stemmed off of me not looking at my higher time frame. Getting so stuck because I won the freaking first trade over here and thinking, oh, we're gonna break around here. We're gonna break around here. And yeah, these was my alerts right here. This was my alert. So when it broke through there, that's when it had that's when it had alerted me. Um yeah. Really it's just this journal, I guess, a video, and find out what you're best at trading, the strategy you're best at trading, and what time frame it works best in. Because for me, my strategy, my time frame is the 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily. Like I just trade better off of those. Like as y'all can tell, I can see on the smaller time frames. Like I can tell, like when I was up here, like I told you, I didn't even see this stuff. This was my first. This is my first time seeing this. You know, after I had got out of this, I literally didn't even look at the charts. This is my first time seeing it since, and I just showed y'all like how I can see when change of character coming. But the way I like to trade to get them big moves, I shouldn't be just trading off these smaller time frames. I should stick to with my higher time frame. Yes, you can look at the smaller time frame to see change of character, but my trade should be based off the higher time frame. And if I would have did that, waited on my first red candle, right? And what happened? After that first red candle, boom, drop, 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 drop. 1 hour. After this first red, 1 hour. What happened? Drop, 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 drop. You know what I'm saying? Like the higher time frame, even this first red candle was the break of the 1 hour. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Cause you could even took it just off of this. Cause this was the first break. Retest didn't get inside. Take the short. That simple, man. But we live and we learn. We're gonna come back next week and we're gonna watch this journal entry that I have for next week is gonna be a lot better because I'm going to take the trades off the high time frame this time. I promise you, I will, y'all. I will. Let's just see. I just want to see. I kind of want to just see what ES would have been if I would have took that off. Let's say we would have took it over here. I'll even do it with the micros. We don't even got to do it with ES. Let's do it with the micro. Let's see. Even with the micro, if we would have say we would have took this entry, this bad entry, even if it ain't a horrible entry, but let's say we just took it off that first red candle, even though we know the better entry was up there. Let's see. Say we would have just took two. Let's say just two. Let's see what it ended up being. Two entries. The worst you would have seen it get to was, I think that said $35. So the worst you seen was $35. Let's watch. And that loss I took over here, y'all, I lost like 60. Look at this. The worst you seen this whole day was 35. The max you seen so far was like what that was 207, 270, something I don't remember. So you pretty much, yeah, it was like 270, 310. Oh, come on. This no, I still yeah. Okay. I was trying to make sure it wasn't like after hours or nothing. So boom, you sitting at 300 now. Boom. I'm trying to time it when the market closed. Not even when the market closed. I think even if you would, I think this is around where our TP was at. That 78. Let's see. I think it'll show me. Was that where our TP? Yeah, that was our TP. So you would have made what the heck? Oh, it showed me. Dang, Training View updated like that. It like show you it on. If you would have took that entry, oh, I guess only for I guess only for ES and Spy. But dang, so on ES you would have made $5,000. You would have made $5,000, and what was the max loss you seen? You only saw it go to, of course, to a lot of people that's a lot, but you only seen it go down with a funded account and two ES, and you only seen it go down $800. That ain't bad, but man, I think your stop was supposed to. 'Cause I said if it went past that, so just say your stop was 1,000, man, because that would have been a past our lower high. Really, it was. Remember, y'all, it was right at it. So really, it would have been your stop really supposed to be like right here at 901. But just say you set it at 1,000, man, you would have made $5,000 just like that. Oh, on the micros, you would have made $500. Only losing no more than 100, and that's just all off of taking smart trades, man. And that was off of this red, so not even taking it up here. So, other than that, let's go. This is the last one because it only took two trades. I took a trade. My last trade that I took or the other trade that I took was CrowdStrike. I don't know. I might separate these into two videos. Yeah. For right now, this gonna be the end of this video. The next video we're gonna be in the next video that I have. So I might end up dropping two journal videos. I don't know if I'm dropping the same day or not. It's gonna be about this same Friday. Um, it's gonna be going over this CrowdStrike trade that I had. As y'all can see, it never even freaking hit the stop loss. Ended up hitting the take profit, but it was another loser. I closed it. Actually, this one I didn't close when I closed that strike, that Spy. I ended up actually when I was down, I just put a new TP, which was less like still would have made me lose, but I would have gained a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say I was down $30. I put my new TP at down $20, and it just did like that. Where I should have, hey, you was already down. The contract already pretty. Cause I think I bought the crowd strike. I'm gonna give y'all a brief description of it. I ain't gonna break down the whole trade, but my crowd strike trade, I got in like right here. It was around the opening also, just like SPY. I was looking for it to get up to 306 and not come down any. I mean 307 and take shorts all the way down. This is what I was looking for, 307. You know what? I know I'm doing a lot of time. Y'all, we finna just go ahead and go over this trade. We finna go ahead and go over the trade. Ain't no doing no other video. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna just go faster than we did with SPY because it's already an hour long. So, with CrowdStrike, I was looking at CrowdStrike. Um, I was looking at CrowdStrike on Thursday. I seen we had a downtrend we was making. We already beat out this low. So this is my new lower high right here, I believe. If you're looking on the higher like that. But I think I was looking at it. I want to say I looked at it. I didn't even, for some reason, I didn't even freaking look. You know, over to the left all the way. I just looked right here. Because I already had these trend lines drawn on Wednesday, I believe. But I just looked literally at this one area right here. So I seen a high, a low, lower high, lower low, and I was expecting this to be our new potential lower high right here. So we're gonna put a line. That's why. That's why. See, I don't need to stop taking. I need to stop taking them trades off from predictions and get your confirmation, man. Get your confirmation. So that's why I had this zone, my box right here, y'all. I was like, well, this can be my potential lower high. I'm looking for an entry at 306.85, 87. And if it could just reject, cause imagine we don't see this. Let me just rewind it. This how I was looking at it. I was like, boom, we got a green. So I know a green counter, we're gonna continue going up until we see a red. So, which I didn't do when I was on SPY. Hey, we had green, green, green. We gotta wait till we see a red to come down. Um, so we seen the green on the daily. I'm like, hey, we going up. I said, okay, I see this slight zone right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, it can come down, hit that. You know what I'm saying? And continue to go down. Like break, come up, and drop again. But me looking at it, I was looking for this to be my potential lower high right here, because this was our low high. This was our lower high at first. We broke down. I was looking for this to be the potential lower high. So currently, this one is our lower high right here. This one is our lower high right here. But this one is the potential lower high if you don't want to come up there. So I was looking for my entry off this zone. I did not wait for confirmation on the lower time frames. When the market opened up and it was already right here, I just got in. Did not look for no confirmations. I got in. And the reason why I had my TP here, I don't even think my TP was supposed to be down here. No, it was supposed to be down here because I was expecting us to break this low. My TP was right here because you see this little gap right here, y'all. I was looking at this gap in the pre-market and I said, hey, we might tap into it. But I always try to put my TP above it. I was expecting us to get inside it, but I always try to put my TP like right at the top of it because it can just come touch it and shoot straight back up. So that's why my TP was here instead of inside it, like where I was predicting it to do. But I seen that gap right there, so that's why I had that TP right there. My stop loss, I put my stop loss where it should have been, but I should have took my entry based off of confirmations instead of just, hey, it got here, let me take the entry. But my stop loss is in the correct spot. I wanted my stop loss was above the true lower high. This was the true lower high because we actually beat out this low right here. This was not the true lower high right here because we never beat out this low. So boom. I'm knowing, hey, we're going up to 306. I was low key thinking take some calls, but in the pre market, I think it pushed up already. So I was like, nah, let me just stick with my short entry because I already was thinking SPY's supposed to go down. So I was like, well, this crowd strike gonna help SPY go down, and I wasn't wrong about that. I just honestly took a bad entry, and the emotions that I had with SPY killed my trade for this. That's what happened. So I got in off the open, off this very first red candle right here. I got in. Cause look what it do. It did kind of what I thought it was supposed to do. Reject off of the zone. So I got in. I got in off this first red candle, and I bought the 297. I bought 297. Yeah, I bought 297.50 puts. At that time, them 297 puts, I only bought one because I told y'all I didn't want to lose no more than 100. And I already bought a 80 something dollar SPY put. I bought one. I kid you not. I bought one freaking CrowdStrike put, and the price was $18. When I sit back and think about it now, I'm like, man, you tripping. You should just risk that $18. But it was $18 at this point. So I'm only risking $18. Um, my trade ended up doing this. This is what it ended up doing, y'all. So I'm at this point I'm in $18, right? Let's watch. We get rejection, hard rejection. I was like, man, it should not be in here. I never went back to my higher time frame to realize this is our true. This is the true. I'm gonna put true lower low. I mean lower high. I'm gonna put true LH. This the true one. This was the fake one. This was the fake one. And now me sitting back looking at it and looking at them higher time frames, it's like, man, you literally was just trading horrible Friday. But hey, here we go, here we go, here we go. So it broke it, and I was like, man, I lost. I hate this stuff, and was ready to get out. But I was like, man, it's only $18. I think it was sitting there like, shoot, I want to say $9 at this point, something like that. So boom, what we do? We push up. I seen we broke this zone, and I definitely was ready to quit. I was just ready to give up at that point. Once we broke that zone, I think it was down to like $4 or something like that. I literally, cause I didn't have no stop loss on it. I was like, man, it's just $18. Forget it. I didn't have no stop loss on this trade because I was like, it's just a gamble. You know what I'm saying? I honestly was expecting it to just shoot straight down here. And when I seen it go up there, I said, man, forget it. I ain't putting no stop loss. So I didn't have a stop loss, but once it broke this zone, I said, man, I'm down $4. I'm already down on SPY. That's what played a huge factor on this trade. I was down on my SPY trade, and I already freaking lost on my futures. So I was so down that I ended up putting the stop loss on here or take profit. It was at $4. I said, well, I'm just gonna put my take profit at $7. Just to, salvage a little bit. Man, what happened, y'all? I come and look at my chart. So at this point, I think I'm out of my SPY. I think I'm out of the SPY. I can't remember. But I come look at the chart and I see some red come in on the crowd strike. When I seen the red come in, I was like kind of contemplating, like, should I take it? I was literally contemplating, y'all, should I take off the take profit? Cause I'm like, okay, we getting some red coming in. And what happened, y'all? Soon that red came in. Oh, hold up. I got these dang alerts. I mean these alarms set. My bad, y'all. I had alarms set. Cause I got some stuff to do today, y'all. But what happened? We came down. When it came down here, I seen them reds and I was like, man, should I move my stop loss? But when it came down, it didn't even like it only went up to like $5, $6 at this point because it took too long. So I still was thinking. I was just contemplating. Man, when I seen this, when I seen this green push up, I was like, no, just wait. Soon that green pushed up. I was in the middle of doing something. And I seen a red candle come. Once I seen that first red, I should have had said, man, we making a lower high. Take your TP off and just let it run. You know what I'm saying? Like, take your TP off, man. Let it run, cause we just made a lower high. We finna make a lower low. Somewhere we gotta beat this out. So you probably can make more than $7. You know what I'm saying? You could probably can make it back to break even or $10 or something. And I literally went to the chart went to the Robinhood thing because I was finna go change it. And what happened, y'all? Literally after this, so we ended up making a high. Actually, yeah. Hold on. I think this is where I was looking. Yeah, this is where I was looking. So it was I had set it at 7. I think I was down like it was like at 4. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to look, y'all. I'm trying to remember where it was. I know when I said it, it was at 7. It was at $4, and I set my TP at $7. So I know I got in down here at 8. It was $18. So I want to say when it got here, it was like $9. So when it got here, it must have been like 7 or something. I don't know. It was like $9 at the beginning right here. When it got up here, it went to 4. And I think when it was sitting in this area, it was at like 5 or 6. And I had my TP at 7, so 7 would have been somewhere down here. So I was just waiting and looking. I'm like, okay, we got some red coming in. And this one I was debating on should I take that 7 off? Because I was like, man, it might give me more than 7 now. Because I was seeing, like I just told y'all, I seen these reds come in. I was like, this potentially could be the new lower high. But when I seen this push up, that what gave me, like I opened up my Robinhood. When I seen it push up, I was like, nah, keep it at 7. I what I told myself. I said, keep it at 7. And like I just showed you, I did not have this true high or low, lower high marked up. We just did it just now. So I didn't even have this line. Like, can I make this invisible? Hide. So I didn't even have this line. If I would have had my freaking chart marked up, with with crowd, I marked this up literally on Friday morning, like where I wanted to get in and all this right here. I freaking made this tree or whatever you call this position thing on that pre-market. I didn't do my uh top down analysis. Because I already, like I told you, I already had these white lines here. So I didn't do my top down analysis. I just already knew this is what I wanted to do yesterday or for today, for Friday. If I would did my top down analysis like I should have, I would have had that line right there. I would have had this line right here with my true lower high. And I could have just been like, hey, if it don't break the true lower high, we still good. But once it did that, it pushed up and broke this high. I had hesitated. But when I hesitated, in these short little minutes, it ended up changing again. So now what I ended up doing? Making a lower high and flushing. I think it just straight flushed after this. We're gonna watch. I got it on 1. We can speed it up some. Yeah, I don't think it never come back to that. Let's see. Yeah, it never came back. It just straight flush. And what it ended up doing, y'all. So first of all, before we even explain all that, I still had my TP at 7. At $7. So I was gonna be in a loss no matter what. where I should have took my TP off. Like, man, it's $7 at this point. The market just opened. You need to just hold it at this point. But my TP was at 7, and what happened, y'all? It hit the TP. Kicked me out off of this candle right here. Kicked me out. And what happened? Went straight. When I say straight down to 297. I went on Robinhood and looked at them contracts. When I tell y'all, the contract I had was $340. I bought it for 18. Even with this horrible entry I had on this first red for $18. Man, it went to 340, y'all. That was so crazy. Like at that point, once I seen that, y'all, I just didn't even look at the charts no more for the rest of the day because I was so hurt. I was so hurt, man. 'Cause I was like, even if I just didn't even put a freaking stop on it, but I just gave up hope because I freaking lost on that spy. So I gave up hope, man. I just gave up hope. I was ready to close everything I had. I was ready to close everything I had. So that was that trade, man. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But yeah, that was that trade, man. So once again, it was off of me not waiting on confirmation. This one kind of gave me a little confirmation because it did have that uh, this red push down, but it wasn't. It still wasn't true. Like I should have just waited, especially if I had that trend line. I should have waited on the break of the trend line. Yeah. So not until he finally gave me this first red up here. They start making a decision to switch character or change character structure, whatever you want to call it. So I took them 2 L's and got off. I went so then at that point, once I took them losses, I went to Ethereum and I took some trades on Ethereum. And I ended up winning Ethereum trades. I think I got in this way after like um the market opened. I'm not even looking at my little trade locker account when the market first opened. I'm looking at stocks and futures, but once the market already had opened, I already knew I had lost on them other ones. On Ethereum, I seen that we had started out. I think I took my Ethereum one off a higher time frame. Yeah. I think I took the Ethereum off of the 15 or something like that. Yeah, 15 minutes. So on Ethereum, I had seen we had this high. Well, we was in the uptrend at first. My chart, like how I charted it up, it's kind of on my trader locker, but I sometimes look on here too. But that's why you don't see that many lines on here. But on my Ethereum, I seen we had a uptrend. We had a high, then we made a low. When we made this second lower high, I mean this high right here, I got in early. I didn't wait on the dang confirmation, so this could have been a loss too. But I was already hurt about my other trades, so I really didn't care. I had set my stop loss. I think I had my stop loss right here. I had got in. I got in on this red, I believe, on the 15-minute red. What the heck? Come on now. I got in right here on this 15-minute red. And I honestly just put my TP. I think I had it, I want to say like the top of this, in this gap. If y'all can see that little gap right here. That was my TP that gap. And I had my stop loss literally at the top of my red. I said it shouldn't engulf it. Well, that was the trade I took on Ethereum. And literally what it say 2 to 1. My I think that was what my trade was. It was like I was gonna lose $1 and all I was gonna make $2.12. That's crazy right there. I think I did make $2.12 on the trade. But that what it said. It said $1 was gonna be my loss and $2.12 was gonna be the how much I made. And what it do? It went down and I won this trade. So I ended the day off a win. I'll say that. I did end the day off a win. But I seen that high, I seen this low. So I said, okay, well it need to make another high if it want to continue up. But once I seen this red, I was like, well, what red mean? We should go down until we see a green. So once I seen this red and we didn't beat out that high, I was like, well, this is potentially our new lower high. And that's why I told y'all we shouldn't be taking trades off potential. If we do take it off potential, like how I got right here, have a small stop loss. Like don't let it beat out that previous candle. But yeah, so it ended up falling through. I ended up winning that trade and I ended the day off a win. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Man, I'm gonna end this video because it was so long and I got things to do today, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's gonna be a long video. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit it. I might just upload it how it is, so y'all gonna hear my mistakes and hear the alarms and all this stuff probably. But yeah, man. If this the first video on this channel, man, welcome to the channel once again. I'm Keith, man, and hopefully we all can learn. Y'all can come to this channel and learn, see the mistakes, see the life of a trader, the ups and downs, and the progress that we make, man. So. Yeah, man. Y'all give me any feedback. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to the video, comment anything that y'all seen that I went over or did wrong or you suggest or if you like, whatever you want to say, comment down below. You know what I'm saying? I'll take all criticism, man, good or bad, and I'll look at it. I might not comment back to it if it make me feel some type of way. I may comment, I may not. But yeah, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it and y'all sub to the channel. Have a good one. Peace out.